We're tracking a breaking story out of the Toronto area this morning. Police are now wrapping up a series of raids targeting guns and drugs. Our reporter Stephen Bull has been at the scene all night, the scene being an apartment building right in the midst of the operation. Stephen, what have you seen through the overnight hours and what's going on right now?
Well, Heather, this area right here, these apartment buildings, there's 3 separate units in this complex, and a few houses nearby are connected reportedly to that now infamous video of Toronto Mayor Rob Ford allegedly smoking something that could be crack cocaine. Now, I was on the street where the house is, that there's that photo of the mayor. It backs onto this apartment complex, spent the night there waiting for the raid to happen around 5 o'clock. Police came pouring in, ETF agents in what's best described as riot gear, heavily armed, some with shields, surrounded the buildings. Sounded like flash bang grenades, those loud bangs, bright flashes meant to stun people. We saw flashlights on the buildings. There is still a fairly heavy police presence here now, nothing like it was earlier. We've seen directly ourselves, and by we I mean the swarm of media standing out front of 320 Dixon Road. 3 people be brought out and put into police cars. Allegedly, there's as many as 30 more that have been arrested, but we haven't had confirmation of that yet. Police say that there are still more to come.
This may be the focal point. We're looking at it on the screen right now, this 320 apartment building right there, but it's part of a larger police operation, is it, Stephen?
Yeah, that's correct, Heather. It's called Project Traveler, and we just learned this recently from Toronto Police. There's apparently 30 warrants spread across the GTA, and it is indeed, as you mentioned off the top there, targeting guns and drugs. Now, as far as the exact details of who they might be targeting, what kind of drugs, where this all came from, that will be known at noon. That's when Toronto Police Chief Bill Blair will give a full breakdown. But for now, if this is not the focal point, then this is an even bigger raid. But this was absolutely massive. Some of the other media I spoke with this morning that have been on this overnight shift for years covering these overnight raids, say the setup to this one looked like, if not the biggest they've seen, one of the biggest they've ever seen.
Interesting. Okay, Stephen, just before I let you go, just to be crystal clear for our viewers, 320 Dixon Road, this is the apartment complex where those 2 Toronto Star reporters say they saw that video, the alleged video that showed, they said, Mayor Rob Ford smoking what appeared to be crack cocaine. This is the location, but we do not know if this raid is specifically linked to that alleged video, correct?
Correct. We haven't been able to 100% confirm that yet, but you're absolutely right. There has been a lot of speculation, very public about it. There was the ongoing issues where the mayor wouldn't directly deny or even address the issues, and so speculation has been swirling around this building, and early this morning police were swirling around it. So it's hard not to make an instant connection, but you're right. We shouldn't do that until we hear from police, and we will hear at noon what's going on, and if there is a connection, hopefully we'll hear about it then.
Well, the Toronto Police Chief, Bill Blair, saying publicly that he was keeping very close watch on that whole scandal surrounding this story when it was at its height. He hasn't made any other further comments since, so as you say, Stephen, noon today, we'll have it here on CBC News Network.